limits you when you ain't ready to acknowledge he's forgiving you. If home is where the hardest, that means home is what you made it. But if home is where the hardest, then I guess your home is vacant. I'm just saying.
I've been thinking commitment's a form of giving up. First time I said that out loud, I'm not proud. But that pride I'm trying to hide, so I can't stop now. Every time I hear I love you, there's a lock sound.
Champions.
Sweatpants. Yo, that nigga Jay Black said y'all gonna need the whole 30 minutes for this. He just said it.
I guess y'all are gonna see it. Hit the like
He
button.
said niggas gonna need the whole 30. He took the honey back up.
Shake my hand. We had the last component of Homecoming, Urban Plaza, URL, New York.
The return.
And it's the most impactful battle of the year. I ain't say it could be your favorite, the one y'all dislike. I feel like this was the battle of the year with the most weight on it.
Agreed.
This person wins, it means this. That person wins, it means this. And we're here at Murda Mook versus Geechi Gotti. Who wants to start this one?
Mark.
We can start it. I thought it was a good battle. I have Mook, Gentleman's 30.
That's
Straight like that?
Right.
Straight like that?
Right.
How many watches?
2. 2 watch. First watch, I thought the second round could have been debated. But I did watch it back and it's too much stumbling and mumbling and freeze. That's what I didn't like about Geechi's performance too much. I thought the material was there. Material was most definitely there.
But would you say he stumbled and fumbled during the freestyles?
Still counts.
Okay.
Still
I'm
counts.
just asking a question.
We're gonna take the risk. We gotta clean it up.
Right.
It wasn't even so much of the stumbling. It was the ad-libbing in between the bars, the talking to the crowd, the saying, "Oh, you're gonna like this one." Wait, do you like? I don't like that.
To defend Geechi one more time.
Yeah,
It's not
absolutely.
detracting what you're saying. I feel like this was the most pressure on a battle rapper at this point.
But to say that,
New York, Urban Plaza, and you know what it is, and then you battle all the luck and that battle a certain way, you want pressure.
Agreed.
You want the pot.
You're right.
Agreed. Did we give Lux that credit when he was in LA though?
No, but
Because he had the same pressure.
No, no, he didn't. Because Lux.
Watch your words today. I'm on your side. I'm on your side. Watch your words today.
Okay, so
watch your words today.
I'll tell you why.
Watch your words today.
I'll tell you why it's a little bit different.
Go ahead.
Because I'm gonna say why it's different. He was under pressure, but the reason that it was
Probably more.
he was because he was under a microscope because of the Lux battle. So that makes sense. Like
I'll give you that.
the treatment was expected because
I'll give you that.
they had the example of look how they did Lux in LA. So now you got to come over here. Now we're gonna give you what you gave them is what we're gonna give you in exchange.
Right.
So that's why I think it was a little bit. I'm not saying it wasn't.
Yeah.
I'm not saying the amount. You could be right, but it was definitely different. And they had an example before, so it was retaliatory.
But hold on.
Watch what words. Watch what words, nigga.
You dance
Watch what words, nigga.
Okay, Chris Brown.
Watch what words,
You're a
nigga.
good dancer.
Mook
You
can
dance
dance on stage. Mook can dance on stage. Why can't I dance on champion?
That's different.
The fuck out of
Dance
here.
on
The fuck
stage,
out of
too.
here.
That's different. But what we say is how he was in a pressure cooker. Shout out to Murda Mook. He used his ring IQ and tactical advantage
Absolutely.
and surroundings to make you perceive this way.
So
He didn't just start off, we hate Geechi. It started off because Mook was like, yo, he used the Biggie, he used the Pop Smoke.
you're 100% right, and I don't disagree with you. But let me ask you a question: Is this coming from a place of you want to avenge Lux, or is this like?
No.
Okay.
Well, Mook wanted to do it.
No, I'm saying him because he just you. That's what you started off because you told niggas watch their words and then you just went to.
I'm just saying, I just want to make
What
sure
you
the
saying?
energy is the same.
For what? Why? For what? Same for what?
Same
for what?
Y'all use that.
for what?
Y'all use that.
for what?
Y'all use that in the battle. Y'all use that.
Did
He
he
didn't
die?
die. I gave Geechi Gotti to me beat Lux. Full credit. Second and third.
So
but
what
when
you
y'all saying that he died, it was no excuse.
So what you saying?
I'm just saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying.
Why you saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Why you saying?
That's what I'm saying.
Why you saying?
I'm just saying. Because
Why
y'all
you
trying to
saying?
compare them. Y'all trying to compare. Y'all trying to say this and that. Y'all didn't say that when he battled Lux. Y'all didn't say that.
Niggas didn't say nothing. You didn't even give niggas a chance to say nothing.
This is a fact.
You didn't even give niggas a chance to say nothing.
Prior to that, I'm saying,
That's a fact.
y'all said he died.
He did.
No, he didn't.
You don't
Geechi
change
Gotti
it.
won. Respect to Geechi.
No matter what happened in the
Geechi
two
Gotti's a legend. Geechi Gotti's a GOAT. But we're not going to do that.
No matter what happens
We're
in
not
this
gonna do that.
battle, it does not take away or detract from the fact that Lux died.
He did not die.
They're invited.
You
They didn't do
bugging.
nothing.
You bugging.
Look at you.
You bugging.
Yo, your hoodie is hanging off.
Emotional.
Take your hoodie. Your hoodie's hanging off your dreads. Take your hoodie off, nigga.
Champion.
It's crazy.
Champion.
That was hilarious.
Champion.
What's
That's what I'm
going
saying.
on?
At the end of the day.
I'm just saying, I'm seeing energy around this and that. And again, you don't got to do this and do that. First of all, Geechi's a legend. Geechi's a
Yes,
GOAT.
he
You
is.
know what I'm saying? This man been putting on for years. Back to back to back. But you don't got to use this or use that to detract from what happened in the battle. That's what I'm saying. Because a lot of these answers wasn't there when he battled Lux. That's what I'm saying.
So
and he got the win.
So here's the thing. Comparing the two losses. We agree that Geechi lost to Mook. Lux lost to Geechi.
Yeah.
Which loss looked worse?
This one.
Geechi losing looked worse to me.
Okay.
You got something you standing? You got something to say?
I don't agree.
I don't know. I just like Mook standing stone faced in that first round.
Yeah.
When usually he's rolling his eyes, he's yelling at the crowd, he's talking through rounds. You didn't see any of that.
No emotion.
Okay, so that's the first.
Gotta give credit where credit's due.
Through all of this, the first thing I want to do is applaud Mook.
Absolutely.
And I know it means nothing coming from low tier battle rappers and me being low tier media and low tier battle rapper, but I will say, I owe you a genuine apology because I completely underestimated what you were gonna do on that stage. I didn't think that. I didn't think for reasons we're gonna go with in terms of predictions. You're usually gonna go with what you've seen, and I didn't think that you would make the adjustments, and you did. And for that, like he's a master MC. We know he can rap. We all know he can rap better than damn near anybody on the planet. It was a matter of will you be able to entertain on the big stage as well as rap in conjunction with your good rapper, and he did that. He won this battle. I won't ever say that you won't get an argument. I've only got 1.5 watches, and I felt like he won this battle clearly. Now, in terms of Geechi, I will say that appearances. I can't speak for Geechi. You know what I'm saying? Shout out Gotti. But
Shout out to Geechi Gotti, man.
This is the most at ease I've ever seen him on stage in a big stage. I've never seen him like even in Philadelphia when he battled Rock and when he battled JC in Carolina, when he battled Suge in Vegas, when he battled all the big stage battles that he's had that haven't been in California. This is the most ill at ease I've seen him. So I think that was what to talk about what you were saying to him addressing people in the crowd. It's the first time that he's actually been full on villain in the crowd. Like that was the first time I've ever seen it. And I think that to be honest with you, for me, he responded fairly well. Like
I thought so too.
To walk into a room and have the entire room not give a fuck about what you gotta say. Not saying that was the case, but it comes across that way on camera.
Second and third or what?
Yeah, so like and fight through that and get through your round, I commend that.
Yeah, he was like, what do you say? I'm not losing.
Yeah,
I'm not losing.
He said, man, y'all want me to stop rapping? You want me to start? You better start clapping. Amazing. Amazing to have that level of poise and to decide I'm going to get through it. Now, I think that being the first time that he had to go through, I think that once again, like with the Vixen situation, you create a monster. So that was my like genuine interpretation of it. I want to think this. I think this is more about. Let's make this more about what Mook did.
Oh, yeah, we gonna get to that.
As opposed to what Gotti didn't do or what Gotti. Mook was amazing.
Oh,
you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? Mook was amazing. It was a great performance.
I would say this. You know, I felt like for the Lil Lux, not to keep going back to this one, because I feel like this is part of the conversation that's happening right now. Lil Lux versus Geechi Gotti versus Murda Mook. When you got Lil Lux versus Geechi Gotti in LA, he accepted that. You know what I'm saying? So if you saying, oh, this and that, he battled on the West Coast. No. Give Geechi his flowers for that battle because at the end of the day, Lil Lux signed up and accepted it. He said he did a face off, said, I want that. I want the energy. Right. You got it. Right. Geechi won. So I'm saying in this situation is that when you say I'm signing up for the battle, I think they're supposed to battle Atlanta at first. Right. But then they switch and they both say, I'll do New York. You got to come with you got to get what comes with the territory of taking a battle like this.
Fact.
But I feel like everything was fair, right?
Fact.
In the first round for the most part. But hold up. But
I'll let you finish. Once
Murda Mook went
to the New York.
Once Murda Mook went and said, listen, hello New York. I'm back. I'm Murda Mook. I'm your guy. I had a do-rag on. Biggie, Pop Smoke. I'm using my card. On top of me making the changes and being amazing and being great, it's hard to combat that. And I would give Geechi Gotti all the credit for being a warrior, for actually fighting back and having a great second round, which you could argue he won.
Facts.
But this, again, is the most pressurized situation for any MC. I say that before I keep going.
No, I was really off the way, man.
Yeah, I too have to double down. But when we did our first prediction, the very first prediction, I was looking for the 30 sack of weird. I said based off of previous performances, there was no chance in hell Mook was going to beat Geechi Gotti on a big stage. I didn't care that it was in New York. Well, it's a thing called being loud and wrong. So shout out to me. I always say, I got no problem doubling back on a prediction and saying, hey, you know what? Mook did the things that I didn't think he would do. I didn't think that he would change anything. I thought that Mook says, I am a GOAT. I've been doing this, and who are y'all to tell me?
Wait, you said it again though.
But the thing is, so now I know that's just him saying it. Because whatever he did, keep doing that. He went back to the lab. He told Smack, your boy is back. And that Mook right there on the big stage in front of, 1,500 people, however many was there, that was scary. That was scary. If we can, and I don't want to, I seen so much of, it was so much bias, so much gas. Let me be very clear here. Sirius Jones, Rex, y'all did a lot in the entourage.
Oh, Rex is good.
All right, well, Sirius definitely did a lot.
Was a little crazy.
Sirius definitely did a lot in the entourage.
No, Rex
But
is good.
with that being said,
He was still.
it wasn't needed.
Yeah.
Because it gave Sirius being all in the camera after pretty much every bar.
You know, all in the camera,
Yes. Whatever.
all in the videos.
I think what that does is that gives some of the fans well, look, they was gassing. It's like, they stood there just like Geechi's entourage did for the most part. Just, get them, talk to that. Like, if they were just doing that, you can't say, they were behind, they were trying to influence. The stuff Mook was saying was crazy.
And the way he was saying.
Right, you talk about
Like
pandering.
a prostitute. That was like the most
What you
amazing.
saying?
I got a price on your head like a prostitute.
Prostitute, yeah. Oh, he just, something as
I feel like
simple
you heard
as.
that before, though.
It's right there.
But yeah, it's right
right
there.
there.
Yeah.
But it's amazing. Like,
Yeah, something as simple as I want to kill you because you're from the city where they killed Biggie. It's like that's if you talk about a bar level,
That was a
like
tactic.
right. But I'm saying that
yeah,
he
he
it
feel like to take a big loss.
take a big loss right after that. Like what? Like shout out to Murda Mook, man. This was a very very impressive and for me costly performance because I bet Rex. And his homie Flea the day before, I'm talking my trash. I didn't bet on a 30, but I said it would be Geechi clear in the building.
Yeah, so
And I paid my bets.
what we're not gonna do is ever make this about bias. We're not gonna do
Right.
it. It existed, yes, it definitely did, but it's there for a reason. And that, as Jay Black alluded to, the master media member he is, it literally is what you sign up for when you go into that type of situation.
Right.
You know exactly what you're facing. And
Bro, he had King of New York on his Yankee
he
shirt.
knew what he was.
He
That's
knew
why
it.
he
was prepared for it.
Knew exactly. Like you gotta understand that Gotti literally. And when we talking battle IQs, when I said those 7 people, he's one of those 7.
Yeah.
His battle IQ in ring and out are amazing. He knew that there was literally no chance of a completely 50-50 shot in that building, and he played to it the entire way. And when he realized that they weren't going to, he went full on villain. That was him embracing it and trying to goad everyone into it to making it seem that. Be as biased as I want so that you can look, it has to come out.
Right.
This has to go on camera. And the more biased you look,
Right, the more
More
people will
Goliath.
say, right, the more people
That's
say,
it.
he did get
yeah,
that
he was
round.
crazy. They just wasn't trying to give him nothing.
Right.
So wait a second.
He
Yep.
is a genius, bro.
Yep.
And you won't see him discrediting Mook's because he knows that Mook was fantastic.
Right.
Once they give him a
Despite that-
second, they're gonna be like, did he really get that third though?
Right,
too?
right.
And
That's what
this
happened.
is an example of battle. Another example of battles not being in a vacuum, because as the J Black, what they all alluded to is that after you hear Mook's first round, it's almost impossible for you as a New Yorker to give a fuck about anything anybody else got to say. So him strategically having that first round and design. If he doesn't say that round, if he battle anywhere else, that battle doesn't go that way. If he doesn't
right.
say that round, they possibly don't receive his material the way that they did.
different material.
But he did.
Right.
But he
If
did.
It was in Urban Plaza. That was in New
Niggas know
York.
what's
Yeah,
happening.
it's different
That's
material.
niggas know what it is. Yeah, it was.
That's what it was.
You know what it was. Yeah, it was panda. It was.
I got
panda.
on a train
It's
to
supposed-
get here. Like he's
Yeah,
not
that's
saying
what
that
it
in
is.
Charlotte. You know
Right.
what I mean?
I'm so New
Yeah.
York.
The
I'm so
porch,
New York.
though.
I took the
Yeah,
train
the
to
porch
get
and
here.
stoop. Oh, the
Yeah, what is
rundowns,
that? That was
rundowns
crazy.
and walk
What's
ups.
the porch, bro?
What is the porch? That was. It's
Again,
like,
I'm your guy. He's the ops. Let's act accordingly.
Right.
On top of me being really
Yes,
good.
Right.
Because they would do the same to us.
Right.
That's what
Right.
he's saying. He's like, yo,
That's
they'll
what
do
he
this.
said.
They'll do this to us, man.
right.
You saw against us. All right, so now it's our
You got
turn.
him to do what?
To do, and he brought him back. To do what?
The dude
This is a
was.
great battle again. Shout out to Murda Mook. Again, I predicted, to his face. And it, like I said, again, when Reed Dobbs versus Murda Mook was announced, Sue Surf versus John was announced, he asked me, yo, who you got me winning between Reed and him? I said, I got you. He said, what about Geechi Gotti, though? And I believe him when it said, I've been wanting to kill you because I think, what the heck, that's happened last year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been want to
Right,
kill
right.
you for a long time. I think he had to look in his eyes then, like, what about Geechi though? What about I got Geechi Gotti 2 months.
And that
Okay,
before the
cool.
Lux battle.
Yes, before Lux battle.
Before the
Yeah.
Lux battle.
Wow.
And then the Lux battle happened, so it amplifies. So, and I feel like for Geechi Gotti to really win this one, you gotta think. And I keep saying it's the most pressure situation because you beat Lux in LA.
Right.
New York has 2 people that's held there. Like,
Right.
yo, this is our guys. We hold them to this regards.
Right.
Don't play with them. If you
matter
gonna
what.
beat them, you gotta beat dog shit down the leg. You know what
The
I'm saying?
same way on the West.
So you already gotta win.
Right.
You know how games on the NBA games, we're gonna play away, we're gonna play in home.
Finals.
So you beat our guy away.
Right.
We got Murda Mook as our last bullet.
Right.
So now it's even. So what's the tiebreaker? What's the tiebreaker?
I don't know.
What is the
Get
tiebreaker?
your rubber back.
What are we doing? What is the tiebreaker? What is
Geechi
happening?
get one more.
So
Geechi
who's
won
going to
one.
Houston? Where
Geechi won
the
one.
battle? Where's
Geechi
that
get
in
another
Houston?
shot.
Where's that in Houston?
Geechi get another shot.
In
That's what I'm
Houston.
talking about, man. Bring somebody from New York.
Who's the New York guy? Yo, you know what you gotta do? I ain't gonna lie.
They said Geechi versus
New
Rex.
York could be East
Geechi
Coast.
and Rex.
If they have
Rex
or
don't stand a chance.
Here we go.
Oh, come on.
I'm not saying I'm
I'm
not
not gonna let
doubting.
you sit right there and say
Yeah,
that.
you don't know.
Rex
Hey,
my guy.
hey, young man, this Mr. Vets over
Yeah, I'm
everything.
vexed over everything.
Rex, he got credentials. I ain't saying Rex. He got credentials. I ain't saying Rex.
Perfect.
He got credentials,
Right.
Rex.
I'm just a
I
nigga
didn't
with a
say
suit.
Rex.
I'm just a nigga with a suit, Rex.
No. He's a
I'm just a
battle.
nigga with
He
a
got
suit.
I'm a
credentials.
fan with a suit.
He got credentials.
I'm just a
Yeah,
nigga
I'm
with a
that.
suit.
We
He said
fans and suits.
I'm a-
that's
I'm
all.
a fan.
Fans,
He's an MC,
1000%.
respected MC. He's an expert. He has credentials. You go ahead,
Respect.
Rex.
Respect
Leave me
is
alone,
respect.
Rex. Shake my hand, Rex. Salute.
Yes. Tiebreaker, man.
It's okay. Now the second half of this, we get to talk about this is that okay. We kept saying, what does it mean? What does it mean? What does it mean?
Oh,
Mount Rushmore is safe.
now Rushmore say Mook
Why?
is exactly what we thought he was.
Why?
Hold on, we got one.
Why is it safe?
What do you mean? Why is it safe?
Okay.
Why isn't it safe?
Who's ever done this?
What, lost the Mook?
Who's ever? I don't give a fuck. And beat Lux?
Hold on.
And battle all 4 of them in 1 year?
Hold on.
Who the fuck else have done this? We're not doing this.
But if you lose,
Yes, we are.
I give
Yes,
a
we
fuck.
are.
I give
Yes,
a
we
goddamn-
are.
I give a
Yeah.
goddamn-
Champion! Thank you for watching. And for more exclusive content and to be a part of the process, please subscribe to the Champion Gold Patreon. Salute. Shake my hand.
They tryna handle the wave, I can show 'em. I get my brothers paid like I owe them. Go crazy with a couple K's like I'm owed 'em. These haters in my face like I know 'em. Snakes all up in the grass till I'm on 'em. If they ain't in my clique, I don't bro 'em. My circle is tight knit like a